What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today is a advocacy video, and in fact, it's more of like a change of my opinion video, right? So, for those of y'all that have seen my opinion on the special programs, like the work readiness programs at certain schools for people with disabilities, this video concerns that kind of stuff. And so, what this video is meant to do is tell you guys that I changed some of my opinions and stuff like that. So how this came about was me and my dad were having a discussion, and you guys know my personal opinion on virtual school. I don't think, for me personally, I don't think they have enough support for virtual school. I've said this before. I have respect for all the professors and teachers that I worked with back when I did the virtual program, but in terms of the three best teachers I learned from was number one was my dad, and I'll tell you why. Because my dad was basically my EA, right? He was the guy that would help me finish assignments and stuff like that. Like, he would show me how to do stuff, and then he would walk away, and I did it, right? And I am more prone to a in-person group or in-person meeting than virtual. Like, even though my job here is virtual, like, I post these videos, and I know that I'm speaking to the whole world when I upload this, but like, for me personally, when I'm meeting somebody or doing a program or whatever, I prefer, and I think it's better for for myself if I'm in an environment to do that program that's not my house, right? That's my opinion. And again, I have mad respect for the teachers that I had in the virtual program that I did, but in my personal opinion, for my set of disabilities, I didn't feel that it was. I'm glad I did it, and I didn't feel. I'm glad I did that program, but I didn't feel, and still don't feel, that they have enough support for me doing another virtual program. But my dad and I, during our discussion, or I guess you can call it a debate, because me and my dad are both very opinionated men, right? So when he has an opinion, he really has that opinion, and when I have an opinion, I really have that opinion. And my dad works in sales and computer. Basically, what his job is to sell things, right? Right? And I treat this channel like it's my job, or channels. I treat my channels like it's my job. So I say I'm pretty good at selling things, but my dad, he didn't convince me. It's not his job to sell me the school programs. It's government people's jobs to sell me the school programs. But I said to him, and I every time I change my opinion on something, I want to make that clear to you guys. So me and my dad were having a discussion, and he's like, an in-person program. He basically, this wasn't his words, so I'm quoting him in like air quotes. An in-person program would work better for you. Again, my parents, and shout out to my parents, don't make me do things. I have to want to do it, and then we'll discuss it, right? And what this video is for you guys is me changing my opinion on, like, obviously my opinion on virtual school programs is still the same. Like, I personally don't think they have enough support, in my opinion. But what me and my dad's conversation was, if, like, I told him after our big debate, I told him that if the government people that I meet with, hopefully next year or whenever I meet with them, are really good at two things: communication and selling stuff. Then I'll hear them out, and I won't just shut them down whenever they bring up school again, right? Um, but my two rules are my two rules with doing a college program. Like, I'll hear you out, but if you don't have these two rules, then I won't do it again because I can't. Is one, you gotta be in person all the way. Like, you gotta go to a classroom or go to a place and do it in person. And two, the most important thing in my opinion, you have to have an EA or a support worker for me to even consider doing the school program again. If you don't have those two things, I'm out of doing the program in Windsor, Essex, Canada, right? But if you do have those two things, I will hear you out. I'm not saying I'll do it, but I will hear you out and hear out your opinion of these programs, right? And what it entails and what it does for people and stuff like that. Now, what I want to describe now is the communication and the sales pitch that I told you about, which are one and the same, right? So communication, and again, my dad and mom both work in business. My mom is the CEO of Ovarian Cancer Canada. Shout out to my mom. And my dad is I forget what they call it, but not district. He's like the sales, he's like one of the sales managers for all of Canada. So they've both been in business for a very, very, very long time, right? So my dad says what makes a good communicator, and this is what I mean when I say that government people have to be good at two things if they want me to do this program again. They gotta be good at selling, and they gotta be good at communicating, which are one and the same, and I'll tell you why. So what you have to do to be a good communicator is make, like, a good communicator leaves no questions. So instead of, I'll use government people as an example, right? Instead of just saying, this program is so great, I think you should do it. Why is your program so great? Leave no questions. Explain why your program is so great and so you think it would benefit me doing it, right? And then leave no questions. Like, say, oh yeah, you'll have an EA. Say, oh yeah, you'll have support in this program. Oh yeah, it's not virtual at all, right? Say that. Don't just say, oh, my program's so great, I think you should really try it. Because that just sounds like a really bad sales pitch. If you don't tell people why it's great, like, you guys have seen my reviews. When I say something's great, I describe to you why it's great. When I say something's bad, I describe to you why, in my opinion, I think it's bad, right? And a good communicator, you can be the best communicator in the world, but here's where I'll go on my end. If they pitch me this program, I'll actually listen and not just tune them out. Because usually what happens when people try to pitch me school is, until me and my dad's conversation a few days ago, was I would say, no, I will never do school again. And then me and my dad can also get me to listen to things, even if I don't agree with him at the moment. He said to me, because I argue with you with reason. I don't just argue to argue. When you are right, you're right. And you're right about the virtual programs for you. He actually said that to me. You are right about the virtual programs for you. There's not enough support. But for other people with multiple disabilities, you don't know where multiple disabilities. So it could be somebody who's blind, like myself, or visually impaired like myself, but also doesn't have a leg. That would work for somebody virtual programs would work for somebody with those two disabilities. But for you, you have autism, cerebral palsy, and you're visually impaired. For you, Noah, those virtual school programs don't work for you because they don't work for your disabilities unless you have me to support you, right? Like I this whole video, guys, is good communication skills on my part. So, and what a good communicator is a good seller of products or seller of programs in this case, right? So for me, that's what I said, they're one and the same. If you can communicate really well, then you can sell really well, and I might hear you out. I might hear out your meeting. I might go to a meeting and hear your teachers pitch their program, right? For the school, uh, the school and stuff like that. Now, this video isn't me saying, "Oh yeah, if they pitch really well, I'll do it." But if they communicate really well, and if they stuff like that, and if they understand what my rules are, if I were to consider doing a school program again, which I've made it very, very clear what my rules are, right? Then I might do it again. And in fact, I am gonna ask my dad to watch this video because I think I make myself very good points and very good very good I'm a very good communicator in this video, like I always am in all my videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to change my opinion and tell you guys, if government people are good at communication, I will hear you out about your program, your school programs. I won't just shut you down anymore, right? Now, if you're a bad communicator, I'll shut you down. But if you're a good communicator and you're good at communicating things, then I'll hear you out about your program. It's not your school program. It's not me saying, yes, I'll do your school program. It's me saying, I'll hear you out about doing your school program. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day. God bless you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope this video, for any person with a disability or multiple disabilities that are watching this video, I hope this helped you out and stuff like that. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day.